The Green Goblin story starts off with Norman Osborn deciding to inhale a huge amount of steroids and lock himself in the hyperbolic time chamber. He in there going crazy, moving his shoulder blades and bopping his head to the music. And his eyes are completely white. The doctor was looking at bro, and this is a look of concern. Cause if Norman dies, the doc's paycheck disappears alongside him. You already know doctors be having some of the craziest debt. Them loan sharks are about to bust his head open. Why do you think he's bald? That stress got to him. He went into the time chamber to try and revive Norman, bawling his eyes out, straight tears running down his face, until Norman wakes back up and starts holding bro by the neck, giving him a closer look at his teeth, launching him through the glass and jumping on the ledge, posing. Oh yeah, ain't I clean though? And after getting kicked out of his own company that he started,
you know how much I sacrificed?
This man started wiping his mouth and smirking his ass off. It seems my kindness has y'all fooled. It's time to remind niggas of who I am. It was the Oscorp Unity Day festival, and he came through suited up in green, with the smoke coming out the glider, making sure everyone sees the entrance. This old man already had his glasses on, but still pulled out the binoculars. How many more lenses does this man need? But the Green Goblin is pure evil. You see the amount of people at the festival, but he ain't just want to wreak havoc. He needed to commit murder and take out the rich folk. His son is over there standing on the balcony, but he ain't give one shit. Just started weaving around the balloons and said, hold on, ain't that my kid? His ass was a failure anyways, and tossed the bomb, completely obliterating the windows, and spun back to throw a second one. Ain't even give this man on the wheelchair a chance. Peter was down there and decided to help this couple get out of danger, using his powers in broad daylight with no suit on. This kid was looking straight at him, seeing him shoot webs out of his wrist. I know he went to school the next day and got clowned. Oh, you saw Spider-Man? Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, he was like 5'7" and white. Yeah, and I bet he shoots webs out of his ass too. We've all seen his vert. He must be black. The Green Goblin spins back again and decides to throw another bomb, turning 6 people to dust while Harry gets knocked out cold. So the Green Goblin saw MJ sitting there alone and scared, but he don't know the location of Gwen Stacy, that real fine shit. So he was like, I guess MJ's cheating ass will have to do. Slowly rising up. Once again, ain't I clean though? Peter heard MJ screaming at the top of her lungs and swung down to punt the Green Goblin off his glider, which leads the glider to pop a balloon, and the structure is about to fall on this kid. His mom was in the back screaming, telling her son to run to safety, but this man ain't want to go home with his mama. He had his arms out saying, take me please. Someone called child services. Spider-Man did save him though. The Green Goblin gets up, holding up his hands, talking about some I surrender. The cops saw how fast his hands went up and said, hey, he's reaching! Got pushed back, caught a mean 2-piece, and Spider-Man jumped on screen just to get his punch stopped with one hand and sent flying straight into a pole, gave this innocent man a concussion. Spider-Man gets up and goes to try and save MJ, but gets tackled into the building, taking straight back shots and getting his head smacked into the glass, elbow into the backhand, and tried to get the upper hand just to get the same treatment and bounce off the concrete, trying to look cool in front of MJ. We all know his back is in straight pain, but he webs up Green Goblin and breaks the glider, which sends bro on his way home. The next time we see Norman, he's sipping that alcohol at 9 in the morning, hearing voices in his head. Anybody there? Look in the mirror. Didn't you think it was weird? All the good fortune you were having, the tough fits. It's time to take revenge on the people who wronged you. But first, let's go talk to Spider-Man. So while Peter was talking with J. Jonah Jameson, who was saying how much he trusts his barber, niggas got that McDonald's haircut. I'm loving it. Peter gets up and leaves the room, and that's when the Green Goblin breaks in, grabbing Jameson by the throat, asking him who's the photographer who takes Spider-Man's pictures. That same one who be mid-air, saying that he climbed up a flagpole just for this one pic. While Jameson's legs are dangling in the air until Spider-Man shows up. So bro dropped Jameson on his ass and turned around, trying to put Spider-Man to sleep with his toxins. And somehow that worked, and started trying to have a conversation with him on a random rooftop I could squash you like a bug right now, or even spray you with some of that raid. But instead, I'm giving you a choice. Imagine what we could accomplish together. But you already know that Spider-Man was not going for that. So look at what Green Goblin did. He hid in a burning building, pretending to be a crying old lady in trouble, just to lure Spider-Man inside the location. Peter was like, no need to fear, Spider-Man is here, just to get jump scared by a green nigga and punched in the nose, flying across the hallway, getting asked by Green Goblin once again if he would team up with him. And the second Spidey said no, bro tried to kill him immediately. Had this man Peter doing some crazy gymnastics. Hit him with the left, the right, taste the bottom of the shoe, lick it clean, blocked the left hand and hit him with the left. Boom. Spider-Man started pulling out all the moves, started spamming anything, knocked him back, said come back here twin, and kneed him in the gut to fly into rubble. Green Goblin got back up, looking around, mad confused, seeing that Spider-Man just left. So Norman couldn't take that disrespect, started moving devious. He went over to eat supper with the fam and made sure to greet MJ with a smile, talking about some, I've been looking forward to meeting you, knowing damn well he tried to kill her on that balcony. And when Aunt May was bringing out the food and smacked his hand away from the delicious grub, that's when Norman knew her ass had to go. Started rubbing them knives together while smiling in her face. Not to mention, he also saw the cut on Peter's arm and realized that he's Spider-Man. Went home that same night and the Green Goblin mask was talking to this man, convincing him to commit some evil acts. Had him crawling on all fours, had him on a leash. The next scene was literally Aunt May praying and mourning her dead husband, and the Green Goblin came through, blowing up half the house just to stand there posing like these, slowly entering while she screams at the top of her lungs, squatting down, laughing in her face. Had her laid out on a hospital bed, spazzing with straight PTSD. And to make it worse, when Peter picked up the phone to call MJ, the Green Goblin answered and told Spider-Man to come out and play. He had MJ on top of a bridge, holding her over the ledge while she's still in her pajamas, woke her out of her sleep just to give her a real nightmare, and gave Spider-Man a choice to either save the cheating redhead or to save a whole bunch of children from falling. You would think this was the easiest decision of all time, but this man Peter dived straight to MJ. But when he managed to save both, the Green Goblin said, oh word, and rocked the shit out of him. He wanted one of them niggas to die today. Green Goblin grabbed him and dragged him right into an abandoned building and threw a bomb that dribbled and blew up half of this man's face, sending him through a brick wall and into a metal pole. Peter could always just retire. He don't even get paid for this. He even caught a gut punch, got kneed in the face, and got rocked in the jaw, spitting straight saliva. His vision is blurred. He can't hear shit, and he's on the half turn, getting hit with the uppercut of doom, hitting the handsome Squidward mid-air, while Green Goblin is in the back pretending to be oiled up on stage, showing off the biceps, landing on his back in pain. And look at the theatrics. Hit the front flip into the bitch slap, another left to the cheek and one to the chin. Peter was catching such a bad beatdown, he decided to try and run away, but got sat right back down, picked up with one hand and got sent rolling and tumbling. I was like, oh damn, my goat is washed. A kick to the chest, heel to the face. He's showing off the feet again. He calling Peter broke in a disrespectful way. And oh, bro, what? That perfect form too, to launch him into a brick wall. Bro had to pretty much stop himself. He knew he was a problem, a threat. Even when he pulled up in a whole other world, the first thing this man did was blow shit up to announce his presence. Even in the condo, Peter knew something was wrong. He was like, it's the black guy. Has to be the black guy. Nah. It's not the black guy? So then who is it? And realized that Norman was long gone. The Green Goblin took control and was lurking in the shadows, ready to box. Took the right hook and gave one of his own that sent Peter through the window on his tippy toes, webbing back in and got tossed through some more glass. He about to have a mean bump on his back. That's got to hurt. That posture of his is about to be egregious. And he pulled out the takedown of despair, flipped him over and sent him through concrete, gave him him a left and tries to leave, but nope, and tossed into some more glass. Bro, and look how extra the Green Goblin be moving. He launched Peter into the hallway, having him laying on the floor, and busted through the door. I want you to realize that he sent Peter through the wall and made sure to walk around to the front door just to break it, walking out that bit unscathed, breaking the desk with ease. Blocked the arm, grabbed the shoulder blades, turning him around and punching him down the hallway. And pay attention to the walk down. You can't tell me this fit ain't immaculate. He's up against the wall, eating them punches, cackling in Bro's face. Peter was elbowing him in the back of the head, but got calmly slammed down the floor, and the Green Goblin didn't even chase after him. He made sure to take the long way round and call for the pass. So when Peter got launched through another window, the Green Goblin was there waiting, throwing him up into the ceiling and bulldozing him down about 20 floors, landing down in the lobby and punching Bro again. Imagine getting socked for the 50th time, even though you're already laid out looking like Mojo Jojo. Shit, you got it, biggest bro. Now please let me go home. And plus, he's getting choked out while the Green Goblin spits in his face. Aunt May tries to use the cure, but it ain't work. All it did was piss him off some more, stepping on Spidey for the fun of it, holding him by the scalp, telling him to look closely, forcing him to watch as Aunt May gets ran over by his glider, doing straight acrobatics. I didn't even know the human body could bend like these. Before even touching the gold floor, Norman wasn't even looking at the glider, hooded up, hopping on that hoe, spinning around, showing all his teeth, and threw a bomb in the direction just because. He had no real reason to do that shit. At least before, he wanted revenge because he got kicked out of his own company and felt betrayed. I would have done the same thing, but now he's just being evil. Even left this man Peter looking at the big screen in the middle of the night, crying in the rain. I couldn't tell if he was crying because he just lost Aunt May or because of the fact that he had to stand there looking at Jameson in 4K. Even the final fight, Peter was locked in, running in, missing the webs just to swing at the flies and mosquitoes. He can't be serious. Webbed the shoe and slammed this man to the metal. He's standing over him with the sun beaming on him, making sure the skin is glowing, admiring that devious hit, and missed the finisher to put him in the dirt. So Norman pulls out the blade and starts smiling at him. You know what time it is. Missed the leg and weaved the next slice and got hit in the ribs. His old ass is in agony, missing the swing and landing the punch, webbing his leg some more and hitting him in the other ribs before getting cut, which has Peter mad, gritting his teeth, punching Bro in his nose, looking at the sky, admiring its beauty. He was so lost. He got dodged, knocked the weapon away, blocked the hand, and got told to look back up at the sky. Isn't it beautiful? But I was seeing some crazy combos. Web into the knee, flipped over and slammed on his skull, picked up to catch a right hook. And you could tell Peter was putting everything into them punches. He wanted Bro gone. Started hitting him with unblockable hooks. The other Spidermans had to look at each other like, damn, this nigga wildin'. Right, left. Placed his hand on his shoulder and picked his ass back up. Right, left. Uppercut. Until he got stopped from killing him. And look at what happened next. Got stabbed in the back and fell down, regretting his actions. I'm telling you, this man Green Goblin had to go.